Don't get me wrong, Jeff, I like China. My father is Chinese. I think in the long run, it is still a great place to invest. However, the recent volatility and the risk that the Chinese government will clamp down on margin trading anytime soon for retail investors worries me a little bit in the very short term. And that's why you can see 6% drops in A shares from day to day. I mean, okay, today it's up, it's down. I mean, you know, it's up and down every minute. I mean, minute by minute at the moment. And I think that just tells you that you have a very febrile atmosphere. You do have a bit of a bubble forming, but you should not at the same time lose track of the big picture, which is that retail investors are very, very underinvested in equities in China. They have huge savings rates, and they're not in equities or bonds or anything like that at the moment.
We were pondering the big picture around this as well. I mean, what does the Chinese government want to achieve here? They want to achieve diversification away from one asset class, which to date has been the housing market, because there's not really any avenue to get any returns from the deposit market in China, and yet you've got to fund your parents' retirement age. If you were living in China, you'd have to pay for your father. So the government wants money to go into the stock market, which means the stock market has to go up, doesn't it? Because people need to have returns to be encouraged to go back into the market.
Well, Karen, you know, it's all about supply and demand, isn't it? Supply and demand. So we can see that there is latent demand, and the government is encouraging that demand. The question then is of the supply. How many companies are going to come to market? How much bigger is the Chinese stock market going to get? Or is the Chinese government going to allow investment in overseas stocks? Obviously, they're going to allow investment in Hong Kong stocks. Will they go further than that? Because if they go further than that, then maybe it'll be good for stock markets generally, not necessarily just China.